All right, it's September. We're here in Edmonton, Alberta. Around North America, there's a bunch of teenagers living out a lifelong dream. They're gonna walk into an NHL dressing room and get to be a player in their first ever training camp. So the bigger dreams, they're gonna play in the first game, score the first goal, win the Stanley Cup. Those will come in time. But first, they have to get through day one on the new job. That's fitness testing. Fitness testing is a day that makes even the most veteran guy nervous. I went through 19 and never got easier. It's a chance where all your summer of work, dedication actually gets measured against your teammates. But for the rookies, it's a chance to make a great first impression on a coach and a GM that's watching you. It's also a chance to measure yourself against the guys that you watched on TV last year. So today we're going to follow around Trey Fix-Wolansky, Edmonton-born, who worked his way into the dressing room for his first ever training camp. Do you know what to expect today? Like, do you have a heads up, or are you going in blind, or what's the deal?
Yeah, no, we got a little bit of a heads up. Obviously, some of the stuff I'm going to be doing is a little bit new to me, so I think it's going to be really good to get in there and then kind of experience. I think it'll be a good day today.
We'll catch up with you after, though.
All right, perfect.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Enjoy it. You can see the actual force, right? Like some of the data that they're actually getting out of these tests. You'll see the spikes of power. Incrementally, like during the year, they'll come back and look at the numbers and see like, okay, where are you at now? Like it's December, you know, if you're injured, yeah, like what should you be hitting for power, just to make sure guys are back to normal. All right, so we have the dreaded shuttle run test here, which is one of the harder ones of the day. What you have to do is go down and back 6 times and have to be under 60 seconds. Unfortunately, on the last rep, you have wooden legs and your lungs are about to explode. All right, so we got Joe Gambardella, and he's just starting his VO2 test, which for some guys is the most dreaded test. It starts with a slow burn. You're not getting much resistance on the bike, but all these people slowly dial it up until eventually your legs can't push anymore. Your lungs are burning. You're breathing as hard as you can. But what you're getting is a measure of how much oxygen your body can use, which is obviously vital for hockey. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think it feels pretty nice to get that out of the way. It was definitely really tiring, but overall a pretty good experience.
You said the hardest one was shuttle? Was that the beast?
Yeah, I'm not much of a runner, so I prefer the VO2 max over that any day.
Last 2 down and backs on that last repetition.
Yeah.
Like what's going through your head? What does your body feel like?
Well, at that point you're kind of thinking like, telling your legs not to give out on you. So I think it's just mainly working on more so a long distance cardio rather than short distance in the off season, kind of working on that pace, and then obviously running it over a couple times. You kind of want to get it out of the way a little bit before. I think if you work on that in the off season, you'll have a good showing in the shuttle run during the season.
After every training camp, I had cookies. So here's some cookies for you. You want to know why?
Some nice.
Because you worked your ass off.
Thanks,
so,
man. Yeah.
You got to reward yourself.
Got to reward
once
myself.
in a while.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Appreciate
thank
it.
you for having me.
Yeah.
Here's the man himself standing outside that Oilers dressing room on opening night. I felt bad for Trey. You're hanging around laughing, joking, fitness freak, and he's going through that.
Well, I'm finally retired. I get to enjoy the day for once. I didn't have all the nervousness that those guys had.
Was it really bad? Could you feel it?
It's tough. It's the toughest day. You spend all summer preparing for it. It's the day when everything's on the line. You got to make a good first impression. So especially with those rookie guys, I mean, that's your first chance with your new team. The GM's sitting there in the room watching you do these tests. It's a tough one.
I don't know whether there's Corey Blashill, it was your cameraman or not, but veteran move getting the shot of your VO2 record on the wall. 70.7. I have no idea what that means, but is that a record that's going to stand?
Well, it's the maximum amount of oxygen that an athlete can use. It's nowhere close to cross-country skiers and runners and all that, but for hockey, it was pretty darn good. So hopefully it'll stand for at least a couple of years. I got to hold on to some piece of glory.
Really? Where do you think that ranks around the league?
It's probably in the top couple percent for sure. Yeah. I know Duncan Keith is way up there as well. So the guys that cycle a lot, that's the secret.
You're already the leader among us. Look forward to working with you throughout the year. Congratulations on the transition.
Pleasure. Thank you, guys.